Hi everyone, I'm Jim and welcome to the review of Axis Mundi, the fourth studio album by the band Decrepit Birth. Today we're celebrating the 5th anniversary of this album, so I've spent the entire afternoon listening to it to see if it still holds up or not. Decrepit Birth is my favorite band. I've already told you that in June when I've posted a video about my all-time favorite band. I first heard this band on 6th June 2012. Diminishing Between Worlds basically changed my life. It made me want to live. So I guess I owe this band my existence, because nothing else was that interesting to me to keep on going. But those two albums, Diminishing Between Worlds and Polarity, mean a lot to me. So imagine my face when in 2014 Matt Sotelo, the Decrepit Birth founder and guitarist, told me that they've been working on a new album, and after a long wait we finally got it in 2017. This album is supposed to mix all of the previous Decrepit Birth albums into one. So we're mixing the progressive death metal stuff of the second and third album with the technical aspect of the first one. There's also a lineup change here. We have a new drummer and bassist, Sam Paulicelli. You might know him as 66 Samus, a well-known YouTuber. He always screams sex and 22. And the bassist, Sean Martinez. Before Decrepit Birth he was in a band Rings of Saturn. He played on their Dinger record. Here's the lineup: Bill Robinson. He's a cool homeless dude that looks like Jesus Christ. We've got Matt Sotelo, the mastermind behind the project. And we've got Sam, who's an amazing drummer. His blast beats are legendary. And Sean Martinez, who's a talented bassist. Here's my setup as usual. The production is tight, everything sounds crisp and audible. I love that you can hear every instrument, all the passages. The vocals are also mixed well. The message of the album is diverse. It's mostly about Buddhism or some shit, some type of using drugs to see other worlds. I really don't know. I've never been interested in this band's lyrical concepts because the music speaks for itself. It's the only band that I really don't care if there are vocals or not. Bill is a great vocalist, but I just wish that we could get an instrumental version of the albums as well. Maybe someday when I become rich like Jeff Bezos, I will be able to give Matt so much money that he can release the instrumental versions of the albums. It would be a massive hit for sure, especially for people that don't listen to metal music and they are afraid of the vocals. I think this would ease them into such grand compositions. The structure of the music is technical. There are some repetitions here or there. It's not as technical as the previous albums. So let's begin rating individual songs. The album's opener, Vortex of Infinity, Axis Mundi, is one of the weakest songs on the record. I dig the changes, some of the riffs. The vocals are good, but overall it's the only song on the record that has no solos or leads. It's made in the vein of the first album, And Time Begins. And as I said before, I am not a fan of that record. It lacks soul or any kind of depth. It's a decent track. I can skip it if I want. 6 out of 10. Spirit Guide returns to that Diminishing Between Worlds vibes. It's amazing. I love every second of this song, even the repetitions. The chorus is great. The solos are out of this world. The drumming is, my god, so good. This is the type of the songs that I really enjoy, when you just close your eyes and you can imagine entire galaxies and worlds and civilizations in the background as the music is playing. This is exactly how I felt when I've listened to Diminishing and Polarity. It brings me back to those vibes. It's a masterpiece, 10 out of 10, great song. The Sacred Geometry is even better. I love the change of time signatures here, the speed of the song, the energy it has, the solos are beautiful, the vocals are great, everything just shines through this song. It's an 11 out of 10 track, legendary song. Hieroglyphic was the first song we've actually heard from the new album. They would play it live back in 2014 already. It's reminiscent of the first album and Time Begins, but it has an amazing solo that reminds us of Polarity, so I think it's a good song. I replay it sometimes. I like the heavy moments, it just, again, lacks some of the soul of the previous albums. 7 out of 10. The solo is beautiful, everything else is just decent. Transcendental Paradox is a total banger. It has that And Time Begins vibes, but mixed with diminishing between words. It's a very heavy song that actually has meaning and I want to replay it. 10 out of 10, highlight of the album for sure. Mirror of Humanity is another song in the vein of And Time Begins. I like the solo here and the chorus. The riffs in the chorus are amazing. The drumming is legendary as usual. Samus just never stops kicking ass. From the beginning to the end, his drumming is 10 out of 10. So don't expect any sloppy playing here because it just doesn't exist. 7 out of 10 track. Ascendant is another banger that reminds me of Polarity album. This song probably has the best solo on the entire record. It just transports you to a different dimension. It's a beautiful song, what can I say? 10 out of 10. Epigenic Triplicity. This song ends the lyrical content about Axis Mundi and it was released as a single. I was kinda disappointed when this was released because it's more in the vein of And Time Begins, but it has an amazing solo that reminds me of Polarity. Overall, it's just a good song. If it didn't have the solo, I would skip it. 7 out of 10. And the final song on the standard edition, Embryogenesis. This is a total legendary banger. It's an instrumental song without any vocals. From beginning to the end, it's just a beautiful journey. It starts with a MIDI symphony. After that, we have some great drumming, riffs. The main melody never stops playing in the background. It's a beautiful song. It can make you even cry. I love it. It's the first 12 out of 10 on my channel. 12 out of 10 is reserved for songs that break math or human understanding. I've heard this song around 2000 times since it was released. I really dig it. I am going to listen to it till the day I die. It's beautiful, a perfect ending for the album. And if you bought the Digipack version, you have 3 bonus songs. All are covers. The first one is Orion, or Orion, I don't know how you pronounce it. It's a Metallica cover. It's played as good as the original. I enjoy it. I still think the original is better, but this one was played flawlessly. 10 out of 10, beautiful song. Desperate Cry, a Sepultura cover from the Arise album. It was my favorite song on the Arise and I am glad that they've done justice to it. This is the only song in the Decrepit Birth discography that is sang by Matt Sotelo and not Bill Robinson. It's a special occasion. His vocals are not as good as Max Cavera's, but they are still fine. I really dig this cover, especially because it has better production than the original song. 10 out of 10, beautiful stuff. And the final cover is Infecting the Crypts, Suffocation cover. Suffocation was the biggest influence to the Decrepit Birth band when they were starting, because And Time Begins, the first Decrepit Birth album, sounds exactly like Suffocation. It's just a Suffocation worship type of an album. So I am not surprised that they are covering Suffocation here. It's a great cover. I am not a big fan of this song or the Suffocation band. They're great. I am happy that their drummer invented blast beats, but overall it's just a decent song. 6 out of 10. Going back to the full album, the consistency is stable, there are no weak songs here, the flow is fitting, you're going to listen to it from the beginning to the end. Replayability, hell yes, it's a great album. It's not on the same level as the previous two, but it's better than End Time Begins, and it has some legendary songs, so I recommend it. Go buy it, listen to it. Get that digipack edition if you want, because the covers are really good. I can't wait for a new album. I hope it's coming out soon, hopefully next year. I just want some new music, so keep on rocking, dudes. This was an amazing album. Some of my friends actually pointed out that there are 9 songs on the record because we have 3 songs for each of the previous albums. I am not sure if that's even the truth, because there are 4 songs that remind me of End Time Begins here, and 5 that remind me of the second and third album. But still, it was nice that they've paid attention, because I am always recommending this band to people, to my friends, co-workers. People are missing out on this band, and that's sad, so check it out. That's all from me, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!